Hello and welcome to our video all about crude oil.
So, how is crude oil made?
Crude oil is a fossil fuel, meaning that it was made naturally from decaying plants and animals living in ancient seas millions of years ago. They've slowly been broken down into the crude oil we know today. Here's Ashley to tell us about what crude oil is.
Crude oil. It is a mixture of long-chain hydrocarbons that have been sitting under the seabed for millions of years. And as crude oil is long-chain carbons, we don't find them useful because they don't burn easily and they just aren't as good in general. So this is an example of a long-chain carbon. In this small diagram here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is carbon, two carbons, and then the hydrogens connected around it. Carbons can make 4 bonds. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how they look in the other way of drawing them, over there. We use fractional distillation to make crude oil useful. There's an example of this is petrol, kerosene or diesel. When you burn crude oil at certain temperatures, it makes different things. And that's how you make it, from crude oil to useful things that we need in today's life. Here's Ivan to speak about where crude oil is found.
Mainly, it's found in the oil affluent areas of the Middle East, around Arabia, Saudi Arabia, and Iran, around places like these. It's also found in some parts of South America, like Argentina and Chile.
And the sea.
Huh?
And the sea.
It's also found in the oceans, like the South Atlantic and the Pacific. However, it's harder to source here because it requires a lot of money to build the plants necessary to extract it. Here's Ben to speak about the uses of oil.
So, what are the uses of oil? Well, oil can be used to do many things, such as power cars and aeroplanes. These are the oils with the lower boiling points. Oils with the higher boiling points can be used to tarmac roads, for example. Here's Jason to talk about fractional distillation.
Crude oil is not useful as it is full of different hydrocarbons. These hydrocarbons are separated by different boiling points. They are separated by heating them and using a method called fractional distillation. They are boiled, the higher boiling points sit at the bottom when the lower ones rise to the top. They are extracted. The lower ones are like petrol and diesel and used for fuel, and the higher boiling points are used for using tarmac and
Advantages and disadvantages.
The advantages of crude oil. Some of the advantages are things like crude oil can be distilled and made into things like petrol and diesel. And as you all know, that petrol and diesel are things that we use every day of our lives, and we probably can't imagine them without. It is safe and it's relatively safe, and it's cost effective. For the amount of petrol you get, you can drive a long way. It provides jobs. Crude oil refinery could provide so many jobs for a lot of people in an area.
So, what are some disadvantages of crude oil? Well, crude oil can be deep underground, see by my hand movements, and therefore hard to extract, and under the sea, deep underground, which would be even harder. Another disadvantage of crude oil is that the extraction and processing of it is very expensive.
Thank you for watching our chemistry video on oil. If you have any furthermore questions, do not ask us, please refer to Google. Thank you and goodbye.